Welcome to Policy on Demand's Weekend Review. I'm Dave Camp.
What would you tell clients are your takeaways from this week?
I have several takeaways this week. First, it was a relatively quiet week on the congressional front because of the Juneteenth holiday. The House was not in session, and the Senate had a shortened schedule. Also, the OECD issued administrative guidance on Pillar 2. The Congressional Budget Office released a report, an economic and budget outlook. They're the nonpartisan budget scorekeeper that indicated that the deficit would increase to 1.9 trillion, up from 1.6 trillion earlier in the year, and that the national debt would become 122% of GDP by 2034, the highest estimates to date. Also, the Supreme Court issued a ruling in the Moore versus United States case upholding the constitutionality by a vote of 7-2 of the transition tax, Section 965, also known as the repatriation tax.
Which question related to policy did you get asked the most, and how did you respond?
The policy questions I got most this week continue to really surround the Tax Cut and Jobs Act and the expiring provisions and what that might mean for the tax policy debate. And the CBO estimates that I mentioned earlier will continue to make a challenging upcoming tax debate even more so.
Where should companies focus their attention in the coming week?
This week, companies should continue to focus their attention on the upcoming tax debate in the Congress, given the expiration of so many of the provisions of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act. And they can either do that directly with the tax teams created by the House of Representatives or the working groups created in the Senate. That's going to be important to keep these issues front and center. And companies are also going to need to be able to explain in detail why business provisions assisted their business, their employees and their families, and the communities that they do business in. That's going to be important as we move forward on this tax policy debate. Or in the alternative, I'll need to explain why current provisions in the TCJA need to be altered.